Are you looking for the best Sony soundbars? In this video we will look at some of the best Sony soundbars on the market. Before we get started with our video, we have included links in the description, so make sure you check those out to see which one is in your budget range. Number 1. Sony HT-A7000 with speakers plus bass module. The best Sony soundbar we've tested is the Sony HT-A7000 with speakers plus bass module. The 7.1.2 setup gives you a versatile overall performance with everything from music to movies to TV shows, with many features on hand to make the most of its sound. As with most premium soundbars, there's a room correction feature to optimize the bar's audio reproduction based on the unique acoustics of your living space. It's called sound field optimization. With it on, the bar's sound is fairly balanced, meaning everything from dialogue in your favorite movies to instruments in your favorite music are clear and accurate in the mix. The sub brings the rumble and the bass, so you feel the excitement in bass-heavy genres like EDM and action-heavy movies, just like you would at a movie theater. This soundbar supports lots of common audio formats. You can enjoy 5.1 surround sound content like Dolby Digital, and the included rear speakers bring a clear and real feel to your audio, so sound effects seem like they're coming from the space around you. There's Dolby Atmos support, too, so you can take advantage of more immersive object-based formats commonly found on streaming services. That said, no soundbar is perfect. It's a good choice, but it doesn't have a lot of options to customize its sound. Given its balanced sound out of the box, you might have an issue, but if you love to control your bar's sound, you can check out more customizable setups like the Samsung HWQ990B or the Bose Smart Soundbar 900 with speakers plus bass module instead. Number 2. Sony HT-A5000. If you're looking for a more affordable alternative, consider the Sony HT-A5000. It's a mid-range option released in 2021 as a more affordable alternative to the Sony HT-A7000. Its soundstage isn't as wide as the HT-A7000, so you don't quite get the same immersive feel, and it comes with one less HDMI port. Otherwise, the bars perform very similarly. You get the same sound enhancement features, including Sony's sound field optimization room correction feature. Like its premium cousin, it also supports Dolby Digital and Dolby Atmos content. A standalone soundbar like this is a great alternative if you have limited space in your setup. That said, if you use the soundbar independently, there are some trade-offs in the sound. First, you feel less rumble in the low bass, especially on bass-heavy soundtracks and action-centered scenes. Also, without rear satellites, you don't get the same lifelike feel with surround sound content. You can always purchase a separate sub and satellites from the manufacturer separately, too, meaning if you move to a larger space down the line, you can upgrade it for a more cinematic sound. Number 3. Sony HT-G700. The Sony HT-G700 is a more wallet-friendly option from Sony's 2020 lineup. This 3.1 soundbar has a simple design that makes it easy to plug into your TV for an improved sound. It clearly reproduces dialogue right out of the box, and voices and lead instruments are present and accurate in the mix. A few EQ presets are on hand to switch up its sound and a dialogue enhancement mode. However, compared to the Sony HT-A5000, you won't find a room correction tool, so it sounds slightly different depending on your space. Still, this soundbar supports many common audio formats you're likely to come across on streaming platforms, like Dolby Digital and Dolby Atmos. It has to downmix them to play them, but Sony has designed the bar's built-in S-Force Pro Virtual Surround feature to give a more immersive sound. It can sound a little fake and forced, though, and it doesn't have the same cinematic feel as the top picks on our list. That said, it's still a fine choice if you want an upgrade over your TV speakers without all the extra bells and whistles. Number 4. Sony HT-S400. If you're shopping on a budget, check out the Sony HT-S400. This entry-level 2.1 model is affordable for those who want a simple upgrade over their existing TV speakers. It's smaller and more compact than some of the more premium models on this list, too, so it doesn't take up a lot of space in your setup. Add on the subwoofer to enjoy the thump and rumble in the bass, especially with bass-heavy genres like EDM and hip-hop. The subwoofer level adjustment lets you control the amount of punch in the mix, too, so you have some control over the bar's sound. With a 2.1 setup, this bar is ideal for listening to stereo content, which includes most music and vocal-centric TV shows like sitcoms. The dialogue enhancement tool is also designed to make voices clearer in the mix, which is great for following along with your favorite shows. That said, compared to the Sony HT-G700, this soundbar doesn't support more immersive audio formats like Dolby Atmos. 5.1 surround sound is downmixed into stereo, which doesn't bring the most clear and real feel. Still, for the price, it does a solid job improving your TV's sound.